Very good morning to all. Sorry for the, let me tell you in the beginning itself, sorry for the 10 minutes delay because of some technical issues. So let us start with the topic. Today we are going to discuss about communication engineering jobs. How can we find jobs, core jobs after communication engineering? Because we hear that many of our communication engineer, electronics and communication graduates or BCA electronics guys, they are telling that they couldn't find a core job after their graduation or post graduation. So let us go into discuss some topics we can. So after B.Tech or BE electronics and communication, these are the possible ways where we can find your best jobs. So many of the guys after B.Tech, BEC or M.Tech, B.Tech EC, they can go for the post-graduation. Post-graduation, we'll discuss in the next slide. What are the possible ways of post-graduation? How can you get a great post-graduation? Then there are government jobs, and there will be private jobs. You guys can go to overseas. Overseas jobs can be fine, and some guys will end up in entrepreneurships or startup kind of things. Okay, these are the possible four possible ways after a B.Tech EC guy can end up. So let us go to the next slide. So I'm just briefing one of the best way you can do a post graduation. See, after B.Tech or BE, you can write the graduate aptitude test in engineering. That's called GATE. So what are the specialities of GATE in this scenario is, see, nowadays uh, there are a lot of guys graduating from the universities around the world, around India. Let's say, if we talk about India, there are many universities, many engineering colleges. Guys are passing out with good scores. So you can go, if you write a GATE exam, you it is giving an opportunity to become an M.Tech guy, or you will get a post graduation plus, or you can lead it to a PhD level as well. Okay, so what is the other benefit? What is the other benefit of GATE? So now most of the UPSC or public sector undertaking companies, they are hiring from GATE score. So now the GATE is very important. So if you prepare, so what is the topics which is covering in GATE? GATE it's not so simple, but it is not so complex. The GATE, if you are preparing for the GATE, you just want to study whatever the things you studied in the university in the graduation, the 4 year time, whatever you studied, you can refer to that in a core level. You have to go more deep into your studies, the 4 year studies. Then you can prepare for the GATE, and you can either be an M.Tech or a PhD guy. So the other benefit is many of the government companies like UPSC, public sector undertaking companies are directly hiring from GATEs. If you have a good GATE score, let's say if you're preparing for the GATE, what are the benefits? You can either be a good postgraduate in IITs or NITs. So what is, what IIT and NIT are meant for? If you study a post graduation over there, it is a great chance for you to get a direct placement to some good reputed companies from there. This is the this is the first chance. The second chance, you can be end up with a PhD. You can be a doctoral degree. Okay, this is the second. The third one, it is giving a direct entry to some public sector undertaking companies. They are hiring it on the basis of your GATE score. So GATE is very important. The fourth and the first thing, all the UPSC engineering grade exams, they are hiring with a written competitive exam. So what is the syllabus of these exams? This is the same syllabus what you covered in GATE. So if you study GATE, these are the four benefits. So this is the best way. I recommend the guys who are passing out or the guys who are in pre-final, uh, go for try for GATE. You spend 2 year or 3 year for the GATE. That will be much worthy for you guys. This is the best way I recommend to the guys. Okay, so these are the benefits. Okay, let's come back to the other section, and we have PSC exams, and we have non-engineering categories. So I'm not discussing more into the non-engineering category exams because our main topic is how to find a core engineering job. Okay, so I'm skipping that non-engineering because there are many non-engineering jobs like banking sector, railways. There are a lot of non-engineering jobs are over there. You can find after your graduation. The basic thing is you must be a graduate. That is the only criteria for writing these exams. Okay, so let us go to the other sectors which you are eagerly waiting. So what are the main possible industries where you can find a job after your electronics and communication engineering? So many guys, if you think about, or if you ask some guys, many guys can tell many industries. Let us brief some industries and let us discuss what are the possibilities of electronics and communication engineer in that field, and how can you get into that field. So these are some companies, some industries, not companies, some industries where you can find your first job. Okay, the first one is telecom companies. You all know what are telecom companies. We have many telecom companies in India: BSNL, Vodafone, Geo, Idea, Cellular, Airtel. We have many. And the second sector is oil and gas industry. We'll discuss about all these industries detail in the coming slides. Okay, so the next one is oil and gas industries. The oil and gas industries and the utilities like electricity, water, and gas. These are the main utility sectors. Then the hospitality industries means you can find your job in construction, sorry, the hotels, resorts, these kind of setups. And airport and aviation, you can find your good jobs, your good core jobs over there. Shipyards and construction and infrastructure, there is a wide variety and large scale jobs are available for electronics and communication engineering in construction and infrastructure industry. And medical sectors, medical services, you have many jobs are available. And transportation field, you have many jobs. And moreover, IT and networking, internet of things, this is the most challenging and most admiring field which is developing now, and it have a great future in coming few years. Okay, let us discuss each industry in detail. So main industries, telecom companies. I think this sector or this industry doesn't require more explanation. And okay, even though I will give you a small tips. So we have private companies and government companies. Government companies, you can write the public service exams or the government exams, and you can go off for the jobs. And private companies, they hire depending upon your experience and skills. then you think, okay, I'm a fresher. How can I get my first job? How can I get my preliminary job? So if you are a fresher, if you are applying for a job, or you are going for a job, the primary thing you are asked is, what is your skills? Okay, if you are going for an interview in geo, okay, then they will ask about, okay, what are your skills? What is this? What is the main topics you know about our work? So, for keep in mind, if you're going for any kind of industries, any industry, if you are going for the interview, you should have a basic idea of that industry, that which is easily available in internet and all. So this telecom companies, telecom. If you tell telecom companies, it's a narrow one, but it's a broad industry where you can find landline, mobile, internet, many kind of services are there. So many companies are operating in this sector. The basic understanding or basic skill you require to be into this field is the basic understanding of telecom, understanding of communication, understanding of network, basic things. Of from a fresher guy, they don't expect much, only just a few basic things. Okay, so this industry is very good and lot of job opportunities are there, where you an electronics and communication engineer can find his job. Okay, so you can list down the private sector companies. uh, Many companies are there. So another problem is, maybe you guys will not get a direct entry to these prime companies in the beginning. You have to try to any contractor or subcontractor in this domain, then you can get into the main contractor. So it, it's a better way. You can start from the bottom level. You can try any contractor, any subcontractor who is working for these telecom companies. You can try over there. Then with your basic skills and qualification, they may hire you. Once you are experienced in this contractor or subcontractor, you can go to the main companies. Okay, this is one of the sector. So I'm going to the next section, oil and gas industries. You know, one thing, communication is a basic and heart of all industries. So no industries is working without communication. So oil and gas industry, maybe you heard about oil and gas industry. A lot of remote services are working, a lot of control centers, a lot of telecom network, a lot of SCADA network. Everything is working on this industry. So a lot of vacancies for oil and electronics and communication engineer in this field. So you can find a good opportunity. So basic understanding of telecom, basic understanding of communication, what is instrumentation, what is the communication parameters which is used in oil and gas industry. These are the things. The basic understanding of public addressing system, basic understanding of closed circuit CCTV systems, basic understanding of your telecom PA-based network, basic understanding of your fiber network, copper, microwave, radio. These kind of experience you can collaborate. You can try for an oil and gas job. Any basic telecom engineer who has an idea about these kind of things can easily get into this field. So a lot of companies are hiring telecom or communication engineers into the oil and gas industry. Maybe they call the profile as, let's say, communication engineer, telecom engineer. They may say control system engineer. The name will be different, but if you read the job description, okay, that will be more into communication parameters. Okay, this is one of the best industry. You can find your core jobs over there. So I told the same as I told in the telecom industry. No need to try to the main, maybe Saudi Aramco, ADCO, Qatar Gas, Kuwait Oil Company. No need to try for this main companies in the beginning. You can try to the private or the contractor companies which are working for these prime companies. You can get it in this field, then you can slowly grow up in your career. Okay, this is one of the best sector. or many guys are working on this sector. Utility industries. There are many utility industries, but I am just only briefing about electricity. So there are electricity companies, water companies. So in electricity companies, there are generations, there are transmission, distribution, and these are the main topics. In each section, a lot of communication interfaces are coming. Say if it is in the generation point, there are control systems are working in generation point, and when you are distributing, it has to be in a controlled manner. So there should be substation automations are there, control systems are there. In distribution point, if you're distributing to the customers, there should be meters, there should be advanced meters or smart meters will be there, control systems will be there. So a lot of communication scope is involved in these utility companies. So this is also a very good sector where you can find your jobs. So we discussed about three fields. Did you notice one common thing? The common thing is, in all of these three fields we discuss, many things are common. The basic understanding of communication, the basic understanding of networking, the basic understanding of instrumentation, SCADA, telecom systems, closed circuit, uh, PABX. Uh, these are common in all fields. So if you are get into one field, if you are working in an oil and gas based company, you can easily go to a utility companies very easily, because if it is in an oil and gas companies, if you are monitoring the oil wells in the remote section, in utility companies maybe you are monitoring a substation. So only the end part is changing, the core networking part or the core part is same. So for in order to get into this field, you have to be good in your communication, you have to be good in the basic understanding of the things. You have many sources available in internet where you can find a lot of information regarding any kind of industries. So if you type, okay, utility industries communication possibilities, you will get a lot of information. If you type oil and gas, if you type in Google, okay, what are the main scope of work of a communication engineer in oil and gas sector, you will get many. You will get good videos where you can watch, where you can learn yourself many things. Okay, this is one of the finest industry where you can find your job. The other one is hospitality industry. You know, there are a lot of hotels, resort, spas are there where you can find your jobs. You know, in our hospitality sectors fitted with very fine closed circuit televisions, CCTV setup. In all nowadays, all the hospitality sectors are fitted with CCTV, access control, fire alarm, video encoders, public addressing, TV, internet. Many things are involved in this hospitality industry. If you see this hotel, look at this picture. We have a very good hotel with these many facilities. CCTV is there, access control. If you have to go to the hotel, you have to be an authorized person. Otherwise, there will not be an entry to that hotel. And if you want to get inside, there should be an authorized person with you, or you should have an access card or an access control will be there. There will be biometrics, there will be intrusion detection, there will be public addressing, fire alarm, gate barriers will be there. uh, so some of the building which is fitted with temperature monitoring as well, you know. So these kind of setup, these uh, devices which I described a few minutes before, which are coming in a category called extra low voltage systems, ELV system. These ELV is a best scope for electronics and communication engineering, and both instrumentation engineer can work over here, and electrical engineer can also work. But I feel the most suited is EC guys, because they have the background of communication, they have the background of networking, they have the background of electrical. So the electronics and communication engineer guy can do well in this field. Okay. Now, there are many airports and aviation field jobs are available for electronics and communication engineers. If you anytime you go to the airport, there you can find passenger handling, passenger information, baggage handling, vehicle information. Lot of informations will be displayed on the airport. So if you get into the airport, there will be free Wi-Fi available. There will be CCTV cameras. There will be public addressing system, fire alarm. Same what we learn in the hospital industry, everything will be there in the airport and aviation industry as well. So you can find, so if you have an idea about these ELV systems, you can try in this airport and aviation field. Maybe airport is not directly hiring you. The companies which are working for airport, maybe L&D or any other good companies which are working for airports, there will be big projects are going for airports all the time, or otherwise there will be maintenance is going for airport. So these companies hire a lot of guys who have an idea about these airport systems. So along with our basic understanding of communication, basic understanding of ELV, basic understanding of networking, there will be some extra things also to be added when you are trying a job for airport or aviation field. There will be instrumentation landing system. Instrument landing system is there. There will be passenger information is there. So there are a few topics to be added that you can get the details from Google in a single click if you are trying for these kind of jobs. Okay, this is a good sector, but this is not so big, same as like telecom, oil and gas, and utility, hospitality industry. But it is few, but there is a chance. Okay. The next one is building construction and infrastructure. There are many construction going on, many construction. There are many buildings going on with multiple stories, and there are multiplexes. There are malls construction is going on. So these malls, if you go to any malls, you can, what are the things you can find? You can find a gate barrier when you are coming to the coming with a car. There will be a gate barrier which is opening for you to make a ticketing, a smart parking or a parking system. You can make a ticketing. So this is done by an electronics and communication engineer. So when you are getting into the mall, there will be a camera to monitor your car, to notice you where you park the car. Okay, those there will be smart parking system. When you are getting to the mall, there will be CCTV cameras there to monitor you guys. There will be public addressing system to give you alarms if there is some emergencies like fire, or is there any evacuation required. There will be public addressing system. There will be lighting control. There will be lightings, infrared based lighting control will be there. uh, Wi-Fi will be there. There are many malls are fitted with free Wi-Fi, access controls, and building automation. It's a big industry, building automation, or BMS, building monitoring system. All the equipments like air conditioning, lighting, plumbing, ducting, all the things can be controlled using an automated system in within a control room. You see the control rooms in the malls, how with the large screens and all. So these kind of setups are integrated or installed by an electronics and communication engineer, or there is a scope for electronics and communication engineers to do the scopes we discussed. That's the security systems, building management system, building management, BMS, building automation, home automation, lighting control, public addressing systems, gate barrier. There are many scopes. So there is a big scope available in construction industries. Maybe you will not find the domain name or the job description, communication engineer. Maybe you will find automation engineer, or ELV engineers. When you see the ELV engineer, just read the scope of work. If you find these kind of things, CCTV, access control, fire alarm, networking, Wi-Fi, these kind of are there, you can apply for this job if you have a relevant skills set within you. Okay, so this is the best industry you can try for the job. So next is medical sectors. So nowadays, medical sectors are evolved very large scale. There are many multi-speciality hospitals are there where you can book your appointment prior going, and you don't want to wait so long in the queue for seeing a doctor. And you can, if you have an appointment at 10 o'clock, you can be there by 9:50 or something, or you can meet the doctors and you can do the test and you can go, and maybe the result will come to your email or in your SMS or any kind of things. Okay, so if you are look at a hospital, if you go to some hospitals, there you can find, you register in the front desk. When you are going to see the doctors, there will be display of your name. So there will be an interconnection from a server which is sitting in front of the desktop to the display board which is showing in front of doctor's room, or any pharmacy or any laboratory. Wherever you go, your name will be displayed. So there will be an interconnected network. So these interconnected network is made or installed by ELV or an ELV engineer or a communication engineer. So there will be a scope for electronics and communication engineer over there. So there will be many machineries are there, like X-ray, scanning, MRI. There are a lot of machineries that operating. There will be automated laboratory, automated pharmacies are there in good hospitals. There will not be any guys to manage these things. All the things are automated. These automations, all kind of automations are done by an electronics and communication engineer or an ELV engineer. So in hospital sector, there are many contractors which are dedicatedly working for a hospital field. So there are some specialized hospital based equipments that are there, or systems are there. One of the system is nurse call systems. When you're in the hospitals, you can find, if you are a patient over there, the patient can switch, and the nurse will press a switch and the nurse will come to his bed. This is called nurse call system. This is an integrated system with some communication parameters and some devices which can be integrated with hospital servers. And there are other systems which give you a clear visibility of your health card, your insurance details, everything into the hospital servers. So all the systems are automated and communication or internet based systems. So these industry, the medical sector industry, is a big scope for electronics and communication engineers, but you have to find the companies which are working definitely for these sectors. The next one is transportation field. There are many transportation based companies are working in our countries, like metro rail is there, uh, smart transporting system is there, smart parking system is, toll gates, small toll gates are there. So let's say about a metro. So if you are going to the metro, there will be a gate barrier to check scan your card to validate where your card is valid or not. Or so there is a system in when you are entering. So this system is installed by an electronics and communication engineer. When you are go to the get into the metro station, there will be CCTV cameras, there will be announcement. So there will be CCTV has this CCTV has to be installed by a electronics and communication engineer. There should be uh, public addressing to give you announcement, okay, which train is coming, which train is going. There will be signaling systems and which is dedicated for this railways and all. There will be free Wi-Fi's, and there will be free parking and toll gates. before that we are giving toll. When we pass a toll, we'll give the money and we'll take the receipt. Nowadays all is changed to the e-toll or smart gates systems. When you pass, the e-reader or the IR reader or whatever the reader, which will read the smart tag on your vehicle and which will allow you to go. Okay, this is one of the system. And there will be smart parking system when you are go to any cities which is not, which is very new for you. You want to find your parking, it is very easy to find your parking through internet. So these kind of things, uh, these are the main scope coming in transportation field. So there are, same like what I told in the other sectors, there are dedicated contractors or companies which are working for transportation field where you can find your jobs. Okay, the next one, IoT, Internet of Things. This is the most challenging and very admiring field in coming next future. The next future is for internet. So I think there is no much explanation is required. For everyone is using IoT in a form of uh, a smartphone or any kind of. The best example, everyone is using Uber, Zomato, Uber Eats, many IoT based devices to communicate or to interact with the community. So everyone is playing with the smartphones. So same like what you are listening in through your smartphone. This is the best example of IoT. So everything which is working on the help of internet is called an IoT. There are IoT based transportation field, IoT based manufacturing unit, IoT based schools are there. So nowadays, because of this corona season, everyone is learning through online classrooms. Online platform is a one form of IoT which is working on the help of internet. There are smart education systems, smart healthcare. There are Aadhaar card is with you guys. So when you swipe the Aadhaar card in a certain server, you will get all the information from the database. There will be energy sectors. There will be, now you guys can pay your bill through energy bill or the utility bill through the internet. These are the best examples of IoT. There are a lot of vacancies are coming in IoT. So if you want to get into the IoT field, the basic understanding of internet, basic understanding of networking, the basic understanding of communication, and a small portion of programming is required. I mean, programming skill is required to find your jobs in the IoT sector. Lot of, among these all sectors, this is the finest industry, and a lot of jobs you can find on these industries. This is a smart city which is based on IoT network. There will be smart parking. There will be e-health. Entertainment will be available on your mobile phone. Uh, you can order food through internet. There are a lot of things you can do using IoT. The next one is, this is very common, and I think nobody required really an explanation for this IT sector, which is everyone knows. And there are a lot of vacancies available for IT software sectors, uh, which is the best option for electronics and not only for electronics and communication. Any branch, graduates can get into this field. Those who have an aptitude skill or those who have an taste about programming or coding, they can get into this field. So I don't recommend really, if you are if you have a real taste about communication, I don't recommend you to go to IT and software sectors. But if you have a taste about to sit, if you have a taste to work in an office atmosphere, or you can sit with the computer so long, or you are so interested on the programming, coding, development. So this is an option for you guys. Basically, a lot of ladies are preferring this profile. Okay, so a lot of software companies are working or which is operating in our country. That is the best option you can find, or jobs over there. The selection will be based on your interview, maybe written exams, group discussion. There are many criterias to get job into the IT software field. So let me tell you some good companies which you can find your jobs after your electronics and communication graduation. Maybe you will not get a direct entry to these companies. You have to find some companies which are working for these reputed companies. Then only you can get it, because these companies are reputed companies. They don't hire freshers or beginners in the to their profiles. They will only hire the guys who have an idea about their systems. At least a 2-year experience is required to get into these fields. So many of these companies, they are hiring, but very few. These companies are coming to some reputed colleges. They are hiring a few guys from the campus, but not many. But many guys are working on these companies, not only from the campus. Maybe they are coming from the contractor, they are coming from the subsidiary companies which are working for these companies. So if you want to get into these companies, try to make a research. Which, let's say, if you want to work in Siemens or Honeywell or ABB, so you have to find, okay, which are the companies, those who are working for these big prominent companies. There you can find many companies operating in Bangalore, Chennai, Bombay, Pune, which are working for these companies in this sector, maybe instrumentation, SCADA, or communication sector, which is working for these companies. And maybe sometimes you will not find the direct link with these companies. Then you have to go for the secondary contact of these companies. Then you can go with your CVs, with your basic skill, with a good CV. I forgot to discuss about the good CV. That will come in another section, but I will brief a good CV which describes about your skills and skill set. So when you are going for a job, when you're going for an interview, make sure that your CV has relevant information. Even if you are fresher, there should be some relevant information. If you are going to a instrumentation based company, when they are reading your CV, okay, it's describe about, if you are a graduate, no need to add your higher secondary SSLC and you just mentioned about what is your percentage, or what is your graduation and when you are done. If you want to mention about a CGPA and percentage, you can do it, not an issue, but it is not so mandatorily. And moreover, you make sure that you are describing about the skills which the company, the employer maybe they want to know from you. Okay, you are going to an instrumentation based company, then your CV should or must contain some information re- related to the instrument, that field. Then only, okay, if I am an employer, I am hiring a guy is in front of me, I am looking for a guy who is suited for me. Okay, I'm not sitting to give job for all. I'm looking for the guy who is fitted for me. So I'm looking for a guy who has an idea about instrumentation, who has an idea about PLC, who has an idea about instrumentation, who has an idea about SCADA. And so if guy is coming, uh, is not mentioning these things, or whatever the skill set he has is not mentioning in CV, how can I understand? The interview will be a fraction of second time, a fraction of second, maybe a fraction of minute. Then within that short time, you have to make sure that everything is conveyed to the employer or who are interviewing you. Okay, this is a small tip here for the interview. Let's come back to the topic. So these are some good companies which are working in mainly in communication, networking, and instrumentation sectors. You can find a lot of jobs in these companies. Maybe if you search directly jobs in these companies, you will get many links. This is how we are socially making links. So make sure that you are searching in the right path, and make sure that you're not finding any shortcuts. There are many shortcuts available. There are backdoor entries. Don't forget focus on these kind of things. If you can eagerly search, definitely you can find your job. Maybe it will take maybe 3 months, 6 months. Some guys will take maybe 1 year or 2 year. Forget about. Focus on a goal. Try for it. Try is the best thing. Best important things you must try. Okay, if you want to work in geo, okay, google you just google it, how to work job opportunities in geo. Then there will be a list of job opportunities. When you click on that link, that will lead you to some other link. So you can bigger you can strengthen your local market, or your logical network will be improved. Okay, so this is one way to make connections, make professional connections. Maybe you can start it from the beginning. When you are studying in the university, you can start to make connections. Or if you are in after the university also, you can make connections. The LinkedIn is the best platform where you can find a lot of professionals who are working on the industry which may be prominent for you, or which is suited for you. So you can find a lot of professionals from the LinkedIn. Okay, this is all about that section, and we will come up with interesting section for each dedicated topics in future. And before going, please subscribe to our channel, Capital Global, in Facebook, Instagram, YouTube available. You can will make sure that there will be good presentation, good webinars will be available for you in a couple of days time for all the branches. So if you have any questions, you can reach me through my WhatsApp number or my mobile number, or you can write to me emails as well. Okay, if you have some questions, you can comment on the uh, comment box. We will try to answer. Thank you for watching Capital Professional Academy's webinar sections.